Lord Frost, David Frost, has said to us today he thinks there needs to be a coming together in some way of reform and the Tory party. An arrangement maybe, if you're both level pegging at the election, or maybe one of you merges the other one into it. I mean, look at the numbers there. You get 190 MPs of election tomorrow. Conservatives 141. So you'll be anyway forming a government with reform with the Tory party if this comes to pass. Why not start the talks now?
So lots of speculation about, where is reform support coming from? Is it coming from the Conservatives? Is it coming from Labour? Well, overall, there's more coming to us from Labour in the red wall than the Conservatives. But here's the really important point, Chris. The really important point. The reason we're in the lead is 20% of our vote is coming from people who did not vote for anybody in the last general election. And that tells you a lot. It tells you about the level of disenchantment there is with, frankly, the Uniparty. There isn't much to choose on the really big issues between the Conservatives' record in government and what Labour are doing now. I mean, mark you, Labour are even more incompetent, if you can believe that. So what we're getting here is something completely fresh and brand new happening in politics. Now, over the course of the last 2 weeks, I've received phone calls and texts from people who have been consistently publicly abusive about me for the last quarter of a century. Why are you wasting your time? Leave it to us Conservatives. We'll sort the mess out for you. And actually, far from sorting the mess out, they would never, ever have even given us a referendum on EU membership if I hadn't put pressure upon them. Then they promised me, once it was done, that they control immigration to allow net up to 1 million people a year to come into our country. Now those people who told me to pack my bags and go home now say, let's have a deal. Well, the reason they're doing that is they know their support is on the slide. And if you look at places like Wales, where you see we're now over 12 points ahead of the Conservatives, they fear that when voters see that actually Reform is the credible party of opposition against Labour, they fear their poll numbers could collapse. So when it comes to doing a deal with people that in 2019 I trusted and gave a pass to, and who let me down and the country down, no thank you very much indeed.